Hello, everyone. I'm joined here today by Devin Clark, UFC light heavyweight.
Yo,
Devin,
what's up,
how we
man?
doing today?
Doing good,
Good. I love to hear it. I saw you went on a mountain drive right before you came out. How did that go?
Awesome. Almost wrecked my truck a little bit, but that's part of the deal when you're going off roading. I can't care too much about the little paint and stuff like that, but I like to do that during camp, kind of separate, having the hustle and bustle of fighting every day and being tired, and then when I go out in the mountains, it's just clarity, and I have to focus on the road or the trail and the rocks I'm going over, this and that, because it could be a long day really quick if I'm not focused. So it's like, you still get the focus, that aspect of it, but you're not actually fighting, and you still get adrenaline up. A lot of people don't realize that you can get adrenaline when you're off-roading, but when you could put a $30,000 truck off the side of a mountain, your adrenaline can be up.
You're making me want to off-road now, man. Seriously, I've never went off-roading, and you're making me want to go off-roading right now.
So
it really
fun,
sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So how often would you say you go on those mountain drives?
I try to go every weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, or else otherwise like that, or go shooting and stuff like that.
Would you say it's like therapeutic in a sense?
Oh, 100%.
Definitely.
100%, yeah.
Would you, I know you listen to like the motivational things like while you're driving. Like,
Yeah.
how do you how do you use those like motivational like speeches and like things like that to work on the mental game? I know like the mental game is a big part of like how you like train in a sense, because I know a lot of it's mental for you. A lot of it's mental for everyone, but
Yeah.
even for you, so more especially, I feel like the mental game is a lot bigger part of like the way you fight, and like just I feel like it's almost 50-50 between mental and physical between you. So just talk about that.
Well, that's been super huge for me because I'm a natural athlete. I've been a really good athlete my whole life, so I've been able to skip over some of the logistics or how do I say it? The fine things, because my athleticism makes up for it.
Okay.
But now I'm kind of learning how to control stuff and being a little more technical.
Okay.
But that comes with a good mental mindset and a strong mental mindset, having the confidence to not always rely on my athleticism, which is super hard when that's been my main thing my whole life is, I can get out of this because I'm athletic.
Yep.
Most people can't get out of it. They got to do some other shit. But no, I got to be an athlete about it, which it comes in hand because I can pick and choose now. So it's nice that I can go in there with a nice sound mind and the mentality, peak mentality, and being able to say, I want to kill this guy, but I'm going to do it in a certain way instead of just like going after him.
Yeah, instead of just being like vicious, you're going to be meticulous almost when you're going for the kill, like a hunter almost.
Yeah.
So,
and then when it comes time to like say, screw that, that's out the window, your face is broken, something's broken, whatever, you've got to fight now, like, then you can be the athlete.
Okay. You kind of saw that little bit more of like the meticulous side of you in your last fight against Un Jung.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that fight and just how you were able to dominate him. I mean, you picked him apart pretty easily. So just tell me a little bit about that.
It started with the mentality, and I work with the mental coach, Caleb Rogers,
Okay.
mental sensei. He's out of Kansas City, but we're on the phone every week, and we're doing hypnosis and meditation stuff, and and him just talking to me, and then and also with my coaches, Cody Donovan, Vinny Lopez. The mental thing is huge because we know I can do this stuff. We know I have the skills and the mentality, or the skills and the athleticism. The last thing to come was the mentality, but we're getting there now. That's one thing that we were huge on going into that Jung fight, and it paid off. If you look at that fight and then the fight before that when I fought the Russian guy,
Mirzakhanov.
Yes. Yeah, I'm horrible with names, especially when it's different cultures. But if you look at that one, I walked in the cage a different person. In the Jung fight, I was smiling, like I was happy to be there. I was fun. When I walked into the Mirzakhanov fight, I had just broken my pinky toe in the locker room backstage, like 20 minutes before the fight. And like I was focused on that, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and so it was like a totally different fighter going into the Jung fight.
Okay.
I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had the confidence. I was happy. I was healthy. So it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, do you think that win over Jung gives you any sort of like confidence like internally because Jung knocked out Kennedy, or do you think that you kind of just look over things like that because MMA math doesn't work?
Yeah, MMA math is bullshit.
Yeah.
But it does give me confidence.
Yeah.
But not because Jung beat Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I can go into this fight with the same mentality, the same aspect, and deliver the same results.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy, he's not far off from Jung.
Yeah.
And, he's a taller guy. He has a little more range than Jung did. But he's a taller guy. He's a striker.
Yep.
And what surprised me about Jung is Jung could wrestle like a sumbitch. Like, I'm like, who taught this guy wrestling?
Where did this come from? Yeah.
Like, and not just like takedowns and this and that, but his angles and this and that.
Okay.
And you don't learn that stuff overnight.
So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, it's like true wrestling stuff. And Kennedy might be able to do that, but we'll
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. But yeah,
Okay, so you were training with Reiner de Ridder in the anticipation up to this fight. Tell me a little bit about what you learned from him and just like how you guys were able to bounce ideas off each other and just.
I learned he's a bad dude, bro.
Is.
He's a bad dude on the ground. We didn't do any, we didn't spar or nothing, like a stand-up, but we did some hard jiu-jitsu rounds, and this guy was making, I had to use all my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu. I'm decent at jiu-jitsu too. I'm a blue belt though. He's a black belt. So like we had good rounds, and I wasn't planning on rolling with him that night. I didn't know he was showing up. So it was a nice nice mental test and a physical test, because on the spot I had to get ready for a world champion, like, and not necessarily, it wasn't all that serious.
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
It's whatever, but it's not every day you get to go up against that level.
No, and you still want to impress. You don't want to go up against a world champion and not be trying a little bit. You actually want to show that you're a good fighter as well. So I 100% understand.
Yeah, you want to test your skills.
Yes, exactly.
And the skills showed up, and his skills showed up too. He was a super nice guy, and so it was really good.
Okay,
really
good. Any other people that helped you train for this fight that you want to shout out while we're here?
Yeah, there's one guy. He goes above and beyond. His name is Ty Flores.
Okay.
Just a tough ass dude.
Ty Flores sitting right there.
Yeah.
For the camera.
Ty's been a crucial part of the training camp, and because he's been training for fights too, and he's the PFL fights, and he's got another one coming up. So it's him, and then Zach Puega, and Ben Timon. Okay. And then we have several other people that help out too, and it's also Curtis, getting around with Curtis too. We tight-knit team. Our big guy group is a smaller group, but then we, twice a week we get together with everybody else, and so it's like everybody's helping everybody, and it's really good.
That is really good. It's good to hear that you guys are able to bounce all the ideas off, just like a lot of like high level athletes. Like your team is very high level, so it's just it's nice to see. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, what would you say has been your toughest fight in the UFC so far? Toughest opponent, toughest fight, whatever you want to take that question as.
Man, that's a hard one. Gotta look back now. I think you just told me I have 16 fights.
Yeah, this is your 16th, yes.
Yeah, that's a list. Yeah. I would say the hardest one.
Because you fought a lot of good guys. I mean, you fought Rakic, you fought Blachowicz, you fought Anthony Smith, you fought some of the who's who at your division. Yeah. So just tell me, who you think might have been the toughest of those.
The Alonzo Menifield fight was probably my toughest one.
Okay.
I would say, because I was hurt bad.
Okay.
I mean, the fights were tough too, but it was like either I got finished or it was like a unanimous decision. I won, but it was
in terms of what a tough fight was. Menifield was like a tough fight.
I had to mentally dig deep in that fight against Alonzo. I remember thinking like, not today, Satan. And when I got hit, he fractured my orbital.
Okay.
And I've never been taking too much damage in the cage. I thought it was just a black eye. I didn't really know any different, but I knew it hurt like hell, and I didn't really know what to do. But I was just like, I remember in my mind, like, not today, Satan, and I grabbed a leg, and I got back in it. I grabbed a single leg, and it was. Then I was able to win the fight.
That's awesome.
Winning that fight, like in my hand raise, I thought maybe I lost. Because Alonzo's super strong too, so he had me pinned against the cage the whole time. Yeah. But I was able to hit strikes and just kind of outwork him there. So yeah, winning that fight was huge, but yeah, one of the toughest things I've done.
I like that answer because I was really high on Menafield, honestly, too, especially around the time when he fought you, and you really impressed me with that performance around that time. So I really do actually like that answer. Yeah. So what opponent would you say you respected the most? Like had the most respect for in terms of, would you say like maybe even too much respect that you like you didn't perform to the best of your ability because you almost respected them too much, or just someone that was just really nice to you that you like?
It's hard because I respect everybody that I fight, right? Like they're getting in there, they're training for it, they're working hard, and they want to beat me. I can respect that. But Mirzakhanov was the one I respected his left hand too much. Okay. And that got in the way of my game. So I might go with that, but yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
Mirzakhanov. Yeah, every other one I thought I was gonna do this and that, but that one probably had me thinking a little too much about his weapons.
Yeah, no, he does have that massive left hand. You saw in his last fight against Dustin Jacoby, he won that fight with a left hand, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, and Jacoby was a K1 kickboxer, I want to say. So that kind of level of kickboxer, just losing to a left hand is, it's crazy. I mean, that left hand is a big thing for Mirzakhanov, definitely.
Well, I don't know if you know or not, but I know because I've seen it firsthand. But that dude, he throws with everything on every single punch, and he's not that accurate. Okay. Like he misses a lot. But there was at one point he hit me in the neck with the overhand left, and it hit right here, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I've never been hit in the neck like that, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like this is not. I don't know this. Like. I tried to play it off and this and that, but it definitely
hurt.
It affected, it affects you, stuff like that. So that dude, he's a tough dude and he hits hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have your wife and daughter. What would you say is? Oh, I also want to say happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You had your birthday on April 12th. I'm the 13th. So.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
But what's it? How does your family motivate you in terms of being able to go in there and fight?
It's different, right? Like with my wife and my daughter. My daughter, she's gonna love me either way.
Okay.
But for her to be able to grow up saying my dad's a UFC fighter is really good. But then it's also next level when she can say my dad is a UFC champion or was a UFC champion. That motivation in itself to be able to have your daughter tell her friends, yeah, my dad's a UFC champion, that's huge. And then my wife, she expects a lot out of me, and I expect a lot out of her, and it's just that kind of, that neutral ground where we're both gonna try our hardest to provide for our daughter and for ourselves, and so we can have a good retirement and stuff like that. Grind hard right now, and she's always the first one to tell me, you can do this, or you're gonna do this. But it's I have her backing and her blessing to go out there and be the greatest fucking fighter in the world, and to at least try to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's at home right now, and I go away for my camp, so she's at home grinding, taking care of the kid, taking care of the house, the animals, everything. And that can be hard to do, especially when you do have a husband, but he's just not there right now.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing. So I know it. I don't want to waste these moments if I'm not trying my hardest. If I'm not trying my hardest and going out there giving all my effort, it would be a waste of the moment.
Yeah, because you're taking time away from them. Yes.
So that's the motivation in itself right there.
Okay.
Be the best, or why the hell am I doing this? At least strive to do that.
It's really nice how you and your wife kind of push each other to just be the best at what you guys want to do, and I really just I like that, and how I like the answer to how your daughter just she's gonna love you regardless.
Yeah.
But you just want her to be able to be proud of you, and I bet she already is. But you just want her to be as proud of you as possible. So I definitely get it. That's really
cool. I'll go to her school and have lunch with her and stuff. And it was super cool after my last fight. I go have lunch with her, and when the little boys, they come up, hey, can I have your autograph? I'm like, oh yeah, so awesome. Absolutely, in the school lunchroom, cool, I made it.
No, seriously though, seriously.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on Kennedy and his recent performances and just him as a fighter overall?
Oh, I think he's a good guy. He's tall. He's African.
Don't think too much about him, basically.
No,
Gotcha.
I mean, we're in the UFC. Everybody's tough out here, and I'd be ignorant to say that I'm going to go in there and just it'll be an easy fight no matter what. No, I got to bring all my fucking tools. I got to bring my mentality, my athleticism, and just that not give a fuck too. I got to bring everything to the table, make the right decisions, and listen to the coaches. And also, I got to affect what he's doing. I have to stop. He's bringing everything at me. He's bringing all the tools too. So I have to stop. I have to stop him in his place, what he wants to do. So it's regardless of what I think of him, he's trying to knock my head off. He's trying to hit me with one of them knees or some elbows or whatever he's trying to do. I know he's going to throw at least one knee, but why wouldn't he? That's what he's good at.
Yeah.
But guess what, motherfucker? We trained for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're prepared.
So, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So can I expect to see your father yelling in the crowd or no?
Yeah, you'll see him.
Yeah?
He gets him down tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be in town.
Have your parents always approved of you fighting and your career choices, or?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like my mom, she of course she was nervous right away, right? When I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight. Well, they knew I was training for it. They didn't mind me training for it, but as soon as I was
actually started,
as soon as I was like, I'm gonna fight, I have a fight schedule. They're like, and I'd only been training for some months or whatever. They're like, my mom's like, a little scared, but my dad. Looking back now, he's probably nervous too, but he's like, "Oh, fuck that!" Like this and that. Like he was against it, but he wasn't against it. He was against me going in there with a shitty mindset and not going in there to kill somebody or hurt somebody. Because my dad knows me. He knows I don't quite have what he has when it comes to being aggressive.
Okay.
And,
that mentality, that mindset.
Yeah. He knows I don't quite have it like he has it because he grew up East St. Louis, Illinois.
Okay.
Rough. He grew up rough. Dad grew up fighting, and that's what he knows. He knows violence. He's very good at it.
Yeah, you grew up, in a better.
I grew up in the country, man.
Yeah.
Like I've never been in a street fight. So that was just like his way of trying to get that aggression out of me and whatever. So from the first fight on, he's cage side, but he's yelling, right? He's yelling to piss me off.
Okay.
Not and it's almost like in a negative way, but he knows how to,
He knows how to do it in a positive, to make it positive for you, yeah.
For me, yeah.
Yes.
To get that aggression out of me. And
100%.
that's kind of all it is. And everybody else looking around, they're like, oh, he's being negative, he's being loud, he's almost getting kicked out. And this guy's like, fuck you. Like, fuck off me, don't fucking touch me. When they're trying to
push him around.
But so that's how we started, though. That's how we started, and that's Dad. That's Pops.
Okay.
He's the motherfucker you don't want to mess with, and you've got it twisted if you think that if people think that I don't have that in me at all. No, that's in here. It's just it comes out sporadically.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. That's it, Devin. I appreciate everything. Thank you for the interview, and
my guy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.